Hey guys, it's Joshua Reviews, and well, Halloween month is still ongoing. It's ongoing, so I think it only makes sense that we check out a movie that maybe you've heard of, maybe you guys haven't. I don't know. But today's movie we're gonna be checking out, Abandoned Mine. Yeah, Abandoned Mine. So this is every movie I review, there's always some sort of story I tell where it's like, oh, I knew about this movie back way then and I checked it out or something, or I reviewed it. So, of course, no exception with today. I saw this movie on Netflix back in what was it, 2014, 2013? I don't know. Either or, don't matter. I watched it. Don't remember. I didn't remember much about it. I was just like, this is a movie about a haunted mine that takes place on Halloween. I can't wait to check it out. So, anyways, what's it about? It's about a group of friends. They get together on Halloween, and the one friend, the leader of the group or whatever, is like, hey, let's go into this abandoned mine. It's haunted. It's spooky. And they immediately get lost. There's a storm, so they get stuck, and through a series of unfortunate events, they're convinced that the place is haunted. We never actually see what's attacking them, but we know something is wrong in the mine. And they gotta try to escape, and that's the plot. So, right off the gate, I think there was a spider web on me. That's weird. Anyways, right off the gate, I am obsessed with mines, mine shafts. I like urban exploring, even though I hardly call myself like an urban explorist or whatever the term is. I've done a little bit of urban exploring, but not much. But I would love to explore like an abandoned mine, or mine, not mind. Because ever since I saw Temple of Doom as a kid, I was obsessed with like urban exploration, mine shafts, that type of thing, because I love that minecart chase. Anywho, I really like mine shafts in general. I just think they're cool. They're a cool set piece, and you don't really see them in like horror movies. So when I was like, oh, this is an abandoned mine, and on Halloween, this is gonna be fun. This is gonna be cool. I was like, yeah, heck yeah, I gotta check it out. So right off the gate, I like the concept, and I'll actually go. Something I want to say. I think that this movie is an interesting movie. First of all, I like our cast of characters. I think that the story that they have set up for the ghosts or whatever is supposedly haunting is really cool, and I actually really like the opening that kind of establishes what happened to the person who died in the mine, and it's a creepy backstory. There are some legitimate scenes in this movie that are pretty freaky, and I'll give kudos to them. They filmed in a real mine shaft, as far as I'm aware, and it looks cool. It's for the most part well shot. It's not like a high budget movie or whatever. I'm assuming whatever budget they had was kind of low, but they made do with the budget. All the actors are good. The cinematography it's okay. It's for the movie. For the movie this cast is in, and for what they're doing. But I want to say this. Because I just talked about this in Night of the Reaper. When a movie is original, it's really hard to pull off. We're so used to, I feel like this generation is so used to just like, give us what we already, give us familiarity, right? That's why you see so many reboots and sequels and prequels and that type of thing. Nothing really original. This movie it does something original, or it at the very least, it does something unique and creative. Maybe not original, maybe that's not the best thing to say, but they do something like that. So there's a twist in this movie, which I won't spoil, but when you first watch this movie, or when you're in the second half of the movie, and then you're kind of like, okay, I see what they're doing. They're building tension. We're not seeing the ghosts. We're like, okay, what's going on? We're building up to what the ghosts are going to look like. And then you get to the end when it's revealed like what's going on, and you're like, Oh, um, this is either going to be one of those movies where it's like it either works for you or it doesn't. Because I'm somewhere in between where I think it's a cool idea, poorly executed. Um, what I will say is I do like that they actually stuck to their guns and they went with this idea. This was something that was like actually kind of planned, and I was kind of like, okay, that was a ballsy move with the twist, but I gotta respect them for it. And the actors do a good job conveying the emotion that was required. So I actually think that in the end, it does kind of like the movie is building up to something and you're waiting for that payoff. And again, for some people, they won't like that payoff. They will think the twist is dumb and they'll think it's like, oh, what a waste of time. But you know what? I thought the actors did a good job selling it. The writing could be better, but I think that for what it is, it's not bad. I just think that the rest of the movie could be a little bit more, fun. I think that looking back, because if you rewatch this movie, you're just gonna see people scream and like wandering around in abandoned mine shaft. I'm gonna be honest. My main issue with this film is that not a lot happens. Not a lot happens. Like there's some spooky stuff that does happen and some freaky ghost stuff that makes you go, "Ooh, that was creepy." There's one scene I really like where the big guy, the football player, he's trapped in like a cavern hole, right? And the radio up top, this edge is like, he's like stuck down here, and the edge, there's like this radio. And he's like, "Ghost, if you're there, give me like a sign. If you're here if like you're a friendly ghost or whatever." It's kind of cheesy, but he's like, if you're a friendly ghost, just be silent. But if you're like evil or whatever, like give me a sign. And then the music starts blaring, and I'm like, ooh, that was creepy. I like that. That was cool. I like that. And because they're in a mine shaft, there is a lot of claustrophobia, which I'd say there's one or two scenes where they kind of utilize that, but I think for the most part, it's just kind of like this wide space area with the mine shaft. So it's not like tight, enclosed areas like The Descent, because that movie, whew, what a nerve wracker that movie was. If you haven't seen that movie, go check out The Descent. And The Cave. I think The Cave, if I remember correctly, I like The Cave. Anyways, but yeah, I will say this. There is a lot of dumb decisions, but it's not the kind of dumb decisions that make me roll my eyes and go, oh my God, what are we doing? It's just the kind of dumb decision making where you're just like, okay, I understand why that character made it stupid, but I understood at least why you did it. That makes sense. I don't know. It takes place on Halloween, but honestly, you could have had it take place any other night. I think the Halloween setting really doesn't add much, but the fact that it's Halloween related makes me have to review it for the spooky month. So overall, guys, this movie was fine. I didn't hate it, but there could have been more done with the idea. I feel like they build up so much time. Like you're kind of watching, you're like, okay, when's the payoff? And when you get to the end, there is a payoff, but because of the direction they head with the twist, you're either going to like it or you're going to dislike it. I'm somewhere in between, so I unfortunately have to give this movie a C because it's kind of where I fall straight in the middle. I feel like C is the perfect grade I could give this movie because I do like the actors. I think that for whatever budget they had, it's decent. It's decent. You can watch this and be entertained. But I think that there should have been more done with the idea. So, yeah. Anyways, I'll see you guys next time. I'm going to review a very interesting movie next. I say that every time. Come on now.